Okay, we're going to get into something really tough today, but also so important. Healing from narcissistic abuse. You know, this isn't about the kind of scars you can see. It's about the invisible ones. The wounds that carry a weight that feels just impossible. We're going to break down the reality of what this is and lay out a real, practical path to healing. So let's start with a truth you absolutely need to hear.
This right here, this is the most important thing to get. If you've been through this, you know that deep down confusion, that feeling that it must have been your fault. But it wasn't. It was never you. You were in a battle, yeah, but you were the only one who didn't know the rules. Think of this explainer as your missing rulebook.
So, first things first, we have to actually map out this invisible battlefield. You see, to start healing, you have to be able to name what happened to you. This is all about swapping out that constant confusion with some hard-earned clarity. Now, I want you to focus on that word campaign. This wasn't just a few bad arguments or someone being cruel now and then. Nope, narcissistic abuse is a systematic, calculated strategy designed specifically to take apart who you are, piece by piece. The wounds might be invisible, but the strategy behind them, it's very, very real.
And these are the weapons they use on that battlefield. Love bombing, let's be clear, it isn't love. It's the bait on the hook. Devaluation isn't just criticism, it's the tool they use to grind you down. And gaslighting? Oh, that's the real psychological warfare. It's designed to make you think you're the one who's going crazy. Just recognizing these tactics is the first step to taking their power away.
And the damage this stuff does is, well, it's profound. A lot of the time, what we're really talking about is CPTSD. That's complex PTSD. And it comes from being trapped in trauma over and over for a long time. So if your emotions feel totally out of control, or if you feel like you don't even know who you are anymore, please hear me on this. You are not damaged. You are injured. It is a completely normal response to an absolutely abnormal situation.
Now let's see how all these pieces fit together. Because all that chaos you lived through, the stuff that felt so unpredictable, it wasn't. It actually followed a pattern, a maddeningly predictable one. And understanding this cycle is everything, because it proves, once and for all, that none of this was your fault.
This visual just nails it, doesn't it? This is the engine of the whole thing. It's a closed loop, an emotional roller coaster designed for one single purpose: to keep control over you. Let's break down the three phases that make this trauma bond so incredibly powerful and, well, so addictive.
It kicks off with idealization. You're their soulmate, the best thing that ever happened to them. Then, slowly it shifts to devaluation. The little digs, the constant criticism, it just chips and chips away at you. And finally, the discard. They drop you, often out of nowhere, and you're left feeling completely worthless and just shattered. That's not a relationship. It's a formula.
And let's get brutally real about what it costs to stay in that cycle. This is way more than just an unhealthy dynamic. It is a direct assault on your entire being. We're talking severe CPTSD, losing who you are at your core, and even real physical sickness, because your body is keeping score of all that stress. It's nothing less than the theft of your life force.
So, with stakes that high, the big question is, how do you get out? Well, that brings us to the single most critical, life-saving tool you have in your arsenal. And this isn't about playing games. This is about pure survival.
And here's the key thing to understand about no contact. It is not a way to punish them. It's not the silent treatment. It is a gift you give to yourself. Honestly, think of it like life-saving surgery. You can't heal from poison if it's still being pumped into your system. Going no contact is how you finally create a clean space for your recovery to actually begin.
And you have to approach this like a tactical mission. If you must communicate, send one brief, firm, totally unemotional message. And then you're done. Block them on everything. Phone, all social media, email, everything. You also have to cut off the flying monkeys, the people they use to get to you. And be ready for what's called the extinction burst. It's that final, massive tantrum they throw to get control back. Your only job is to not give them a reaction.
The reality is, breaking a trauma bond can feel like withdrawing from a seriously powerful drug. It is physically and emotionally painful, so when that intense craving to go back hits, you need a plan. Don't just remember the good times. Force yourself to play the tape all the way to the end, to the pain. Have a list of reasons why you left, and read it. Get up, move your body, do something physical. and just promise yourself you'll get through the next 24 hours. That wave of craving, it will pass. I promise.
Okay, so once you've built that wall of safety around you with no contact, the work turns inward. Now it's about tending to those deep internal wounds the abuse left behind. And what's your most powerful tool for this internal healing? Radical self-compassion. And please, don't mistake this for some soft, fluffy idea. It's not. After someone has systematically trained you to hate yourself, choosing to be kind to yourself is maybe the most courageous, most defiant act of rebellion there is.
A really practical way to do this is to start talking back to that inner critic. You know, the abuser's voice they installed in your head. When it whispers, "You're so stupid for staying so long," you answer back, out loud if you have to, "I was manipulated, and now I am protecting myself." You are literally evicting their voice from your head and taking back your own space. And that internal healing, that becomes the foundation for everything that comes next. This is the final and, honestly, the most hopeful part of the whole journey. This is where you get to actively build a brand new life, a life of peace that is truly yours.
And the cornerstone of that new life? Boundaries. Narcissists live to violate boundaries, so rebuilding yours is completely non-negotiable. Boundaries are how you guard your peace. They're how you show the world, and more importantly, yourself, that you have worth. It's you saying, "I respect myself, and I require you to do the same."
They dismantled your confidence systematically, so you have to rebuild it systematically. That means celebrating every single small win, every boundary you hold, every kind word you say to yourself. That's a win. You have to flood your mind with new thoughts, affirmations that counter all that old, toxic programming. And you become the strict gatekeeper of your social circle. Only people who lift you up get to be in it.
And this is what it's all about. This isn't just about surviving what happened. It's about stepping into a future that's peaceful, vibrant, and 100% yours. The narcissist's world was so small, wasn't it? It just revolved around them. Your world? Oh, it's about to become so much bigger. So we'll end with this thought. Your new life isn't waiting for you somewhere down the road. It begins the very moment you decide to claim it. So the question isn't if you'll start, it's how. What is one small, tiny, totally doable step you can take right now, today, to start building that future for yourself?